In this video, we are going to take things a little bit up. We're going a step up once again. We have done the application stuff, linked this quadratic number pattern to the quadratic function. That's all nice and easy. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to try and mess up with your head a little bit. Of course, we love this as teachers so that you guys can be best mathematicians out there. So it is not really to make fun of you or anything. All right, it is to take the best from you guys out of you. Okay, so let's see. We know now we are given a quadratic number pattern. It has a second term which is equal to 1. So let's write this information down. T2 is 1. T3 is a negative 4. Then they jump and they give us T5, which is a negative 23. We have to determine the second difference, which we know is constant. So all we need to do right now is to actually write this down. So here's our sequence. 1. Remember, this is term 2, by the way. So we started with an unknown term here. Maybe I can just write it as term 1. And then term 2 is 1, term 3 is a negative 4. And I'm going to put an X for it for the term 4. And the reason for that is because we are given term 5. So when we find the differences, this X will be quite crucial. And as a matter of fact, we are going to find the value of the fourth term. So this here, guys, a negative 4 minus 1 is a negative 5. And here we have X minus a negative 4. So be careful, you're going to have an X plus 4 there. X minus a negative 4. Guys, I'm not going to repeat this anymore. You should now be getting this. And again, I repeat, make sure you don't commit those careless mistakes when you write your paper. And here we've got a negative 23 minus a positive X. And finally, we get to the stage that we wanted, X plus 4 minus a negative 5. Okay, so we're going to have X plus 9 as a matter of fact. And this here will be a negative 27 minus a 2x. And of course, we know the second difference is constant. So these two should actually be equal. So we solve for x in the equation. X plus 9 is equal to negative 27 minus 2x. And of course, if you're going to simplify this, guys, and you agree with me, of course, you should get x equals to a negative 12. In other words, this term here is actually a negative 12. So we have found the fourth term, but we're actually looking for the second difference. So 2a is equal to what? Negative 12 plus 9. And of course, negative 12 plus 9, this should give us a negative 3. So a is actually a negative 3 over 2. And we know now we can find b. But here's the interesting part. This time, guys, and this is the catch actually, we are not going to use 3a plus b is equal to whatever it is there, because we don't have, remember, 3a plus b is here. Let me write this in yellow. 3a plus b is the term here. Now, what was this term? If you remember your TN, you better go back to watch that video, but I hope you remember. In fact, let me help you figure it out. If I want the difference between T3 and T2, then I should know that T3 in general, it is actually 9a plus 3b plus c. And I should know that T2 in general is 4a plus 2b plus c. And you can see the difference is actually going to be 5a plus b. So in this case, we are going to solve the equation 5a plus b is equal to a negative 5. And we look for the value of b. And of course, we substitute a and we get the fact that, well, we get b is equal to 5 over 2. Now, what about c? For c, again, we are not going to use a plus b plus c because we don't know what T1 is. We can't actually really get T1 because we don't have all the constants a, b, and c. So we must actually use now T2. So what is T2? I've written it for you there. It's 4a plus 2b plus c equals to what is T2 now? It is equal to 1. So you substitute A and B and you solve for C in that equation. You will see that C, I worked it out here for myself, and of course, that's how I've done this thing, and I needed to confirm first. C is 2. And therefore, in what is your Tn, I'm going to clear up my messy board here. So here, Tn finally is negative 3 over 2 n squared plus 5 over 2n plus 2. And we figured out the second difference here was actually a negative 3. That is what you should have found, at least, if maybe you want to try this before watching the video. Of course, I'll leave it here as usual. I'll catch you guys later with another example. Cheers.